Hello, folks. How's it going? Today, I'm doing a book review of this book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. It's one of my favorite books in the world, and that's why I want to tell you all about it. So, Louise Hay has been with me since 2016. She mainly worked in the 80s and 90s. Her Blue Book of Healing sold over 50 million copies. She was one of the first leaders in the whole self-help bookstore section. And she's very cool. She worked a lot with people who suffered from AIDS in the 1990s, and she's very well known for her affirmations. So, affirmations are positive thoughts that supposedly heal ourselves. So, I like the book because it's full of really interesting ideas and gives a different perspective on self love and personal power. One of the ideas in the book is the power is always in the present moment. So, the past doesn't exist because you can't change it. It already happened, and then it doesn't exist because you're not in there. And then future also doesn't exist because it's still to be made. But then the present is where you actually have the influence and control over things. Her whole idea is that our thoughts are create our reality. So if during the day you're thinking negative thoughts, your brain is on autopilot, subconsciously thinking negative thoughts, then this will just reflect and manifest in your life. Whereas if you do the work of digging in through those thoughts and being like, oh, why do I actually believe this? Or where is this belief coming from? Then you can work to just create a belief that will serve you better, then that will ultimately manifest in your life. Another really interesting idea that influenced me by her was her saying, we all choose the parents that we're born to, and we choose where we get born based on the lesson that our soul wants to learn in that moment. I now see it as a mental gymnastics tool to gain a new perspective into your current situation. So, for example, if you're struggling with how your parents were and how that sort of determined your destiny and so on, then looking at it in a way of, oh, actually, I chose that, then you can start to figure out, oh, wait, why did I choose this? And what is there for me to learn from this situation? What am I being faced with right now that I can learn? Cool. Here's a little sneak peek of how the book looks like. On the left here, she says, in the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. And yet, life is ever changing. There's no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experiences. Life is never stuck or static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. I'm one with the very power that created me, and this power has given me the power to create my own circumstance. I rejoice in the knowledge that I have the power of my own mind to use in any way I choose. Every moment of life is a new beginning point as we move from the old. This moment is a new point of beginning for me right here and right now. All is well in my world. These are some of the first pages of the book, and I really love it because her ideas, when I read them, have a very calming, very abundant effect on me. I get a little bit softer in the parts that are a bit tense, and I just get bubbly and loving as well. I have to say, the relationship that I have with Louise is special because I started working with her book in 2016, and then in 2017, when she passed away, I just felt it. One day I was cooking and cutting something up on a board, and Louise just came into my thoughts. And I was just, this is different. It wasn't subtle. I felt it in my heart as well. And then the next day I found out that she had passed away. And so I think that people who have broken through experience of life and have managed to produce something of this nature, like this book and her wisdom, have, you could say, special powers. But I think that we say special powers only because physics and science today is not able yet to prove some things that a lot of yogis or spiritual teachers know already. For example, things like we're all connected, or stuff like that. And it's really in 2016, 2017 that I started to read stuff like this and understand that I like science, and I think science and reason and logic is one tool in my toolbox. But this type of book is another tool in my toolbox, and I can also use it. I'm not going to use it the same way as I use the tool of logic or reason or science. You just don't screw it the same way. But I am able to use it, and the more I use it and the more I learn about it, the better I become in employing it. The most valuable thing from this book is not actually like the narrative part at the beginning where she teaches her philosophy. The absolute treasure chest of wisdom is at the end of the book, where there's essentially a list of diseases or diseases, as she calls it. This is the disease on the left, for example, appendicitis, and then a probable psychosomatic cause that led to this condition. So, appendicitis, the cause is fear or fear of life or blocking the flow of good. And the affirmation or the positive thought or belief that you can repeat to yourself many times per day. Louise Hay even says repeat it 300 times a day is I am safe, I relax and let life flow joyously. So it's usually something that sort of responds to the probable cause. Why Louise Hay says repeat it 300 times is it might seem excessive, but on the other hand, if you think about it, when we repeat negative thoughts, we don't repeat them consciously, but we do repeat them 100 times a day, right? Because we keep thinking about the same problem and we stress about it and our brain is silent about it. Whereas when we make the conscious choice of thinking positively about something or thinking even neutrally about something, which also can be helpful, if the negative pattern is established, then we do need to counter it. On my website, you can check out the full list of diseases, probable causes, and affirmations to heal it. Link down here. Of course, don't use only this to heal your health conditions. Go to the doctors. Thank God we have doctors. Thank God we have medicine. It's absolutely amazing. The medicine and advances in medicine that we have today, fantastic, super valuable. So what I tend to do is I tend to go to the doctors if I have a condition and then get their opinion and also get all the tests that I can get that I don't have access to on my own as a non-medical individual. So if I need a blood test, if I need an x-ray, if I need another lab test or something, then I'll get that. I'll have that information and then I'll have the recommendation of the doctor. Thank God I never really had any serious health issues. The experience that I'm talking about is quite limited here, but what I tend to do is just to use Louise Hay's affirmations in addition to the traditional medicine treatment. That way, you're not only supporting that healing process, but you're also making sure that the condition doesn't come again. The list of conditions, it's not just like diseases or things that go wrong in the body, it also tells you what arms mean or what heart means or neck. For example, when there's neck pain, there's rigidity or it can only be one way. Whereas obviously the nature of the neck is I can look left, I can look on the right, I can look anywhere I want. So there's many possibilities, there's many options. So the book also tells you about wisdom from the body, which parts of the body are related to which things symbolically or psychologically. And I find that super, super interesting. It really helped me understand and know my body better and how to release tensions or problems or health issues because essentially our body is our unconscious or subconscious. It has innate intelligence that is much more intelligent than the human brain and the human mind, and definitely more intelligent than biology books so far. What are the things that we are keeping away from ourselves in the subconscious? They always show in the bodies. So we have to really find instructions and learn how to use its highest potential because human body is the most sophisticated machine on earth ever made. Humankind cannot create a machine more sophisticated than the human body. So The possibilities are just endless. The possibilities are much more than we are able to imagine at the moment. So I find that very exciting. And I also find it consoling in a way because I really care a lot about sharing the small nuggets of wisdom that I have come across in my journey. Because until we all feel healthy and good in our body and pleasant in our body, we're not going to be able to create a planet where everybody is feeling that way, and we need to do it. Let's make it happen. All right. Thank you so much. Check out the book, You Can Heal Your Life. Also, check out my blog for the complete list of conditions, probable causes, and affirmations you can use to support your healing. Subscribe to my channel because there's more awesome stuff coming. Wish you a wonderful time with Louise Hay. Bye. Oh, yeah. An apple a day keeps doctor away, but Louise Hay will take care of you in ways that the doctor is not yet able to. Rhymes. Doesn't rhyme.